to this, and we just want to let him know we appreciate him as well. Hey, can't forget about my guy that can't see my hair. Big Nate makes me look pretty, and I also want to give a shout out to another local real estate agent by the name of Brittany Brandon, who plugs us a lot. I know she's.
You know who is that girl, Brittany Brandon?
I know that.
And why in the hell is my computer moving so slow?
I know that she's your girlfriend, but Brittany, we can't tell you how much we appreciate you. You definitely do a lot for us, and telling everybody and sharing it and commenting it.
We can't do without you.
And you're not even in house, even though y'all live in the same house. We can't thank you enough. And all the agents, we're not here to lift us up. We want to lift you up. So come on here, please like, please share. Hey, we're here for you as well, so we'd love to let out David Estes. There's several of them out there. So, hey, there's my intro. I got my new hat. I'm feeling good about myself. Got me a new BFF in Florida, and it's a good week.
You are feeling good.
Feeling good. But, hey, my wife, my family's gone. I'm by myself.
You are by yourself. Hey, me and Brittany Renee are starting to do our show Straight from the Gut on Thursday night. This Thursday night, we talking about romantic relationships and how miserable they make you.
I don't agree with that.
And how happy they make you occasionally. So tune in tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, Straight from the Gut, right here, Thomas C. Davidson. So today, the Storm has joined us in studio.
The Storm is in studio.
Today, hey, is anybody else's internet moving? Mine is like Pony Express. It's moving.
Dwayne Campbell. Thank you, Dwayne.
Hey, Dwayne, thank you, buddy.
Hey, I'll be calling you here in a few weeks, Dwayne.
So today what we're talking about is how do you know when you find that perfect home, that perfect house? You get on Zillow or you get on Realtor.com or you get on whatever and you search. You search for 12 months.
You know what I think as a real estate agent, perfect house is? What? Very first one we look at. That's it. Money.
I agree.
That way we'll just look at one and done. One and done.
But hey, before we get started, I do need to say this. Please like our stream. Please comment. If you got anything you'd like to add, please comment. Talk to us.
Yeah.
Also, please share this thing.
Or one of our very best sponsors, who they're going to name the chicken parmesan after me, I do believe. The Alley on Main.
Can't do without those guys.
Can't do without. We don't make them enough.
But what I'm trying to do is it's very small. I want 130,000 people in this town to know me. I think there's like 131,000 people in Murfreesboro now.
Yeah.
In the city limits. I only want 130,000 of them to know me. I don't think that's too much to ask. So continue to share the stream. What we will do, if you share the stream, you go into a little drawing where we go in blindfolded and we pick.
Like one of the big spinning wheels.
Weatherman does it like old ball game where you pick the winning ball out. Then you go into a draw and you get a chance to win. So here's what we're talking about today.
Oh, Meek's on there.
I appreciate it. I saw it. So you look online for maybe a year today. The home buying process starts because of the internet and today's technology. It starts so soon.
Yes.
Before they buy. I mean, they say a stat is this. You could look online between 12 and 18 months and then pick your realtor within 72 hours.
Isn't that something?
That's crazy. That's crazy. So let's talk about this. Let's say you go through the process. How do you feel? Now, I've asked people this. So how do you feel like most people feel when they found the perfect house? Who wants to take a guess? Kathleen, Katrina, Weatherman, all of you are eligible. Give me a characteristic of what finding the perfect house looks like.
Goosebumps.
I just feel at peace at home. I feel very comfortable. It doesn't necessarily feel like a new house or this or that. I just feel this is where I can be at peace. This is where I'm going to be very comfortable. When people come, they're going to be comfortable. Everyone's going to feel like it's home for them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to come back to you, Missy.
We talked about it earlier. A lot of times when people go
still
in,
my notes with man.
When people go in, they see a vision, they see memories, they see what their family's going to be doing in this house. So they start. There's always been a rule of thumb: if they already start putting furniture in it, they bought it. But what I've noticed here lately is people are more family oriented.
Yeah.
So it's either about the bedrooms, it's about the yard, it's about the school district. But so they're seeing their kids and they're seeing their family cook out. They're seeing their friends over, and so that's kind of that's when people know that it's the right one.
Yeah, I agree with that. Kathleen.
A weatherman hit on the spot. If I can
Don't
see,
cheat. Hey, you gotta come up with your own. Give me another.
if I can see myself cooking in the kitchen, yeah, you're already putting your furniture in. How can I
Okay.
lay it out? But you
Okay.
just know it's a feeling.
Well, we're gonna do a little round robin. In fact, you can try to give me another reason why you think somebody.
Shane
Hey.
Ray.
Shane Ray,
Shane Ray, the
aloha.
Big Kahuna. Hey, he's another sponsor. We need the Big Kahuna hat up
We
here.
got- yeah.
Weatherman,
Hey,
David,
Big Kahuna, I need a hat, baby. I need a hat.
or a
Big
shirt, or some
a hat.
sunglasses. We're back to you.
Wardrobe.
What would you say would be, and then please, people, if you're tuning in, please throw a comment or suggestion. Give me another scenario where you feel like people might say we found the perfect house.
Mike McPherson's saying it's a safe place, and Amanda McGriff is agreeing with Steven, saying it's the family.
Family.
And
Okay.
And you know, Katrina, you probably, because Katrina is one of the best real estate agents out there
In the world.
in the
She's
world.
in
I
the
mean,
world.
and the universe. I mean, if you went to Mars, she'd be selling
Hey, y'all didn't
stuff
see
in
my
Mars.
cake?
So what you also see now is a lot of people are neighborhood and friends. Y'all got this Puckett Station clique.
Or you
You
hate
know what
each
I
other.
mean?
Yeah.
And so what you're seeing is a lot of times, if me and Katrina, we're country folks, we like land and
Yeah.
privacy, but there's a lot of people that like being around friends and family. So next thing you know, they're all moving in the same neighborhood. Y'all have a little clique that everybody knows everybody over there.
Right.
Y'all kind of the snooty ones, you know, but hey, y'all still got your clique. I like it. Got your golf carts and your cornhole boards out
That's
there.
right.
Richard
hat.
says you can see the kids playing inside
Who
and
said
outside
that?
safely.
Who said that?
Richard Flaherty.
Blue Hardy.
That
Okay.
too.
Brad said it's 8 out of 10 for my client. Safe place. Shane Ray said hats are coming.
Hot dog.
Appreciate all these comments. Keep them coming. Whoever comes up with the best comment, I'm going to get you an Alley on Main gift card. So, Weatherman, back to you, buddy.
Okay, back to me.
About what you think other people may say. I got the perfect house because of this.
There's two types of buyers. There's a person that buys for a feeling, and there's a person that buys, in my opinion, for an investment.
Mhm.
So a lot of times people may say, what is this house going to be worth in 5 years? Hey, so what they're looking at is that's the perfect house for them at the moment. And so
don't
what
be
they're looking
stealing
at,
my notes.
you asked me, big boy.
Right here, right here. Right up here.
There you go. So what
Stevie
happens
Z.
is they're looking at what is going to in the future foresee for me to make more profit to do my next venture in life. Give me an
Okay.
example. Let's say you buy a house 10 years ago before Siegel ever was here in the Siegel district. It doubled in value. Those houses doubled in value. Would you agree with that?
I don't know.
Okay. So let's just say you built a house in 1998 over before Siegel was here. That same house, Katrina just sold one. I bought it at 129. She sold it at 300 because of the school district. So that investment you made may put you on that condo on 38. Well, maybe on Panama City where I like to hang out. But it may put you on the beach. So it may make a great thing for the next season in your life.
Okay. So I'm saying this. Hey, you're rambling quite a bit. So I'm
I'm
saying
just dealing. I'm hitting it. I'm hitting on all
some
cylinders.
people may feel like they got the perfect house because they got a good deal on it.
Deal.
Feel like they got a good deal. I'm gonna check that one off. We got a new agent in the in the audience.
Hey.
He sold his first home. He's back there. Stevie Zavisa, congratulations. How did these people know this was the right house for them? And don't give us 20 minutes. Just give us 20 seconds, please.
Master bedroom was downstairs, and price, of course, was huge, and it was very clean, brand new paint, brand new carpet.
How did they know, though, do you feel like? How did they know this is the one they wanted? How do you think they knew?
He's in a price point that you don't have that at 200,000 under.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't really have as much liberation
Well,
as you like.
fear could have driven them.
Yeah,
To just
there
say
you
this is
go.
my only option. So, hey, I'm going to move on and tell you here's what I've heard. I am the real estate psychologist, and this is what I think. Everything that people are saying, it's all from an emotional standpoint. It was Katrina's comfort. I
Oh,
think Amanda said comfort. Somebody, Mike McPherson, said safe.
Hey, old Shane Ray said because the wife
Shane Ray
said
is
so.
correct.
That is a very
Exactly.
good answer.
Okay, but why? I got Brittany Renee this house for her emotional. You said you want to see yourself cooking in the kitchen. So here's my belief, okay? The GTT belief is we live in temporary moments. Now, our core beliefs may not ever change, but what you want today may be completely different in 5 years. So whenever you're doing your little home search, you never search with emotion. You're searching with how many square feet, my price point, which school. So what I'm trying to do is give you clarity. Clarity. I'm trying to make this real clear. Whatever you buy, it's really up to you to create an energy inside that home. Love.
Ooh.
That's why model homes sell.
Okay,
They're
man, that's so.
They're
That's why model
staged.
homes sell.
And they're very
Because,
unfair because they make them so darn nice.
well, they hit your emotions. That's why condition, paint colors, carpet, all these things are playing on people's emotions. I try to tell builders at times, hey, this don't matter because they're thinking from a functional.
Yeah.
They're thinking, you got a builder. Builders are wanting to make things as cost efficient as
Yeah.
possible. And I might say, well, if we did this, they may say, well, we don't have to do that. But we're trying to reach people's emotions.
Give you an example, not to steal your spotlight, because you're doing, man, here, if I told you how good you're doing today. So, we got a deal, we're working on one of our houses, a new construction house. I made the call not to put a fireplace in, simply because of the layout of the room. Well, there's a lady involved, a great agent, and you know what she said the reason that the fireplace is so important?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
So the family can gather around and have a moment right there.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's memories with your
It's
kids.
tradition.
And so it's so like you said, it's one of those things. To me, Santa Claus comes to the back door, but you know, a chimney is very important to them. It's almost a deal breaker. So guess what we're doing? We're putting a chimney in that bad boy.
Are y'all gonna do that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So let's talk about this. Sellers a lot of times have their own personalized pictures
Yes.
in the house, and it's very hard if you walk in. It's very hard to feel like this is your home if the homeowners are sitting there staring at you, smiling at you.
You know, it'd be
Get out of my
awesome.
house. Get out of my
You know,
Get out of my house or buy my house.
it'd be awesome if we knew who was coming in and get on Stevie Z to take some pictures and put their picture on the wall so they see their family picture when
That's
they
a
walk
good
in.
idea.
I'm sorry, I had a little look.
Man,
sorry,
that
sorry.
is a good idea. That's a real good idea, Weatherman. What else would you like to talk about?
I mean,
Hey, please please share this stream. I think we've only got like 8 shares right now. How can we get
Carrie
50?
Latham.
How can I get this thing up to 50?
Hi, Carrie.
Hey, Carrie Latham, how are you doing? Have I missed any comments before I get back over here rambling?
I think for the most part we're caught up. Roy Frazier said it does change because, you know, they had a bigger house while they had kids. Now they're ready to downsize.
Mm-hmm.
So where you are in life also has a huge influence. Just like that one level I bought. I'm over 50. I have zero desire to
You
trim
ain't
something.
old 50, girl.
Pushing
Man.
75 hard.
Talk about
Mama, don't share repeatedly, please. Share one
No,
more.
that was my trick.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody can top that. But the reason we picked this one is because there's a master on one end that basically takes up one side,
Yeah.
and then you can literally convert the 2 bedrooms on the other side to a suite. So I've got family members that are older that if they need somewhere to stay instead of having to go to a home, we can easily bring them in and them feel like they have an area or an apartment
Would
of
you
their
have
own.
bought that house on 0.45 acres?
No,
Why not?
because
So what was more
I
important,
grew
that
up-
one level or that farm?
equal. We turned down a ton because of it. We wanted both. Because where I grew up like Stephen, out in the country in the middle of nowhere. And in Louisiana, life is super, super slow. It makes Tennessee look really fast-paced like New York, which we know it's not, but that's what it makes it look like. So when I go home, I like to revert back to that really slow pace, sit on the porch. I've got a sleeping bed on my porch, like the old southern porches.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the things we love, is to sit there and be quiet.
What was more important, the farm animals, the land, or the house?
To be able to make moonshine and not get caught.
Thank you. Where do you think that white lightning's been coming from? It was 50-50. Sean had to have the hill. That was his top number. I walked into that huge kitchen with that freaking ginormous stove and fridge, and I was sold.
Do you feel like home buyers can overcomplicate this process?
Yes.
And their expectations of what they want
Yes.
ain't gonna happen.
That
Right.
and other influences with that decision as well.
Give
You
us
know.
an example.
Let's just say I represent Stevie Z, and he's looking for his first house, and then Stevie wants to bring Mama Z over.
Okay.
So she automatically is going to be very protective of little Stevie,
Mm-hmm.
and so she's going to start pointing all the negatives out instead of the positives out.
Yep.
Well, guess what? Just like you said, there's one perfect thing. We're not going to get into that on this show, but to find a perfect house with everything you want is a very, very hard find. Even if you built it, you think, man, I wish I would have changed that.
Right.
Even if you have an unlimited checkbook,
You was
you're
still, yeah.
because things change. What you wanted today, you may not have even known. You may not have had a vision of what you may want later.
That's right.
Well, and the perfect home doesn't exist. That's
No.
the bottom line.
The perfect home exists when the family, like the last week with Brittany Renee, she's been so damn mad at me about things. It wouldn't matter what kind of house. Where now she's back happy with me. Now I feel like we got the perfect home. Ain't that right, Brittany Renee?
So
So a lot of
let's
it.
ask you a question. What's the perfect house for GTT?
I love our house. I like homey style houses where I feel like it's very comfortable. Katrina, you said that. Where I feel like it's a home. It's not.
Entertaining?
It's not. So I like to entertain. We do have an open concept. There's a back porch that we have. Now, what I don't like is we don't have a big enough yard because there's literally somebody 4 inches away from my back porch, I feel, at times. But that's a trade-off because of what Brittany and Nicholas wanted.
Yeah,
They wanted that neighborhood. So right now, at this particular moment, it's pretty much all on one level. It's what I want. The perfect home would be right next to my buddy Nagy on 38. My friend, not yours.
buddy.
Not yours, but mine.
But you know, I'll tell you what was something cool when I went over to your house and I seen Nicholas and there's like 4 or 5 kids and they're running down the street. What I seen was 2 things: a safe neighborhood and a kid friendly neighborhood, and those are 2 big ticket items for mothers. As bad as I hate to say it, the dads, they kind of go with the flow. As long as they have one little closet that they can have a space, they're pretty much going to agree with what Mama Sita says. But that definitely, Puckett is one of the I feel safe when I'm in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I really do.
Amanda says holidays and celebrating the big events in her home is super important. So for her, she needs room for everybody to be there to share it with.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what Tommy's saying,
Yeah.
and it's what you and I are saying too. It's important that we have room to have everybody around us that's important to us.
You know, I had a surprise birthday party. There wasn't a surprise. The cat was out of the bag, but
Who told you?
I don't want to say.
We don't say. Nobody's watching. Who told you?
Well, Brittany was talking to her grandfather like the weekend before, and she had him on speakerphone, and he said, "Well, how was the party?" So I knew it was coming.
But you had a great time, right?
Oh, yeah, I always have a good time. Robert Sislow, thank you for joining, friend. I didn't see a share from you. I would appreciate a share. I see the shares have gone up. Amanda, thank you for commenting. I can't see everybody else. Brad Elam, you're on here. Hey, thank you for coming to the party with a bad bag.
Oh, hey, Amanda, that's the great agent I was talking about. I didn't realize that.
Is she the one buying it?
No, I don't want pretty much stuff on the street. But one of the nicest agents I've met. She's over there with Glenda Victor, just a
Oh.
great personality. I mean, I really like Amanda. Super nice girl. Or lady. So,
Lady.
sorry, I didn't see it. I heard you say Amanda, but I didn't see it.
Yeah,
Amanda
Brad.
McGriff.
You got to keep reading the comments with Amanda.
But I'm zoning into you, baby. I'm
You
focused.
left
You're
behind.
on
So,
it today.
so see what happens during this home search. There's a fight between the logical side of your brain about what you really think you need.
Right.
Then there's a part of you emotionally that you want. So it's very hard to prepare your emotions for the home search. You prepare logically. Damn, we should write that down. Damn, why ain't that out there? We prepare logically for our home search, not emotionally. That's
Sure.
something we need to tell people whenever you come in here. Emotionally start thinking about what
Yeah.
you would want. We make it too much about logic. Is this room big enough, Weatherman? If we were here together, we're two men. I don't know if this room would be big enough for the both of us. These things don't really matter.
Right.
Whatever. Well, I need 3,000 square feet. Well, what if it's 2,795 square feet? Does that? I mean, are you gonna feel a difference between that and 200 square feet in a house? We make a bigger deal about things than we should. You should be looking for a house that you can build energy together. I learned that this past week because of that energy floating around. Wait a minute, you came over there, you saw some of that energy, didn't
I
you?
liked it.
Hostile.
That way you call it.
Hostile. You think I had you there to
But
calm
you
it down?
know, the one thing everybody, we hear this as real estate agents more than anything, the master just doesn't look big enough. But you know, everybody's house I go into, they don't want you going in their master. It's like they don't want to show it off.
I hope they don't want you coming in there with me.
But I would rather have a bigger entertainment area in the kitchen, living room, and a little bit smaller master. Or I would rather have a bigger bathroom. My wife would to get ready in. So you compromise somewhere, but you always hear that the master's not big enough, but yet you're only in there to sleep, maybe watch TV, and nobody comes
That's
there and
right.
sits with you.
That's
You
right.
know.
Richard Fluharty, I see you in the gym. I don't know if I'm in there killing it. I'm usually just kind of going with the flow, but today was a rough workout. So how would you, Katrina, how would you prepare somebody? Like I had to talk to a guy yesterday. I ended up dealing with him because nobody else
Somebody didn't show up.
showed up. But
We'll
I
not
was
say on there who that was.
I was
It was
talking
me. I
to
take the
him
blame.
and letting him know about how your mind needs to react and think and get out ahead of decision making right now because the market will force you to react a lot faster than what you're comfortable. That's our emotions. We get fearful. So what are some ways you can help people get emotionally prepared for what they're about to go through? Anybody?
Well, the couple I had in the office this morning, they're going to close in about 8-9 days. Sold and bought with us, and that was something he brought up. He said, "I know you told us so many times how fast this was going to fly," and he said, "But still, I could not wrap my mind around how fast it really went." And he said, "So I've got a couple that I'm sending over to you, and I'm telling them over and over." You need to have everything ready faster than you think. You've got to be ready to make decisions, have these things already laid out in your mind instead of waiting to the heat of the moment to try and make a
That's right.
decision and choose what you need.
So real estate agents, I want you to use this. Kathleen, I'm glad that hashtag is blocking my gut because I'm wearing a tight shirt. So thankful for that. So if you're a realtor out there, you need to share this on their page if you're not a realtor, if you're friends with somebody. I believe because of the past, the general public has positioned agents as the only value you bring me is by showing me the house,
Right.
by finding me the house. Today, I don't think that's the case at all. I think it's about articulating the process. How can I take you from a confused state to clarity? How can I help you understand what's going on? So whenever I was talking to that guy yesterday, I was explaining the process. Our value today is not finding you the house because every house listed is somewhere. Or it's on a coming soon, or it's on a for sale by owner. The public can find a house. They don't need us.
Right.
And if they want to get inside of a house, they can call somebody on the sign. But what they can't get is clarity on a transaction. They don't know, they can't get that. So that's what our job is. Stevie, where are you going?
My contact messed up.
Hey, we're
Right
not
back.
done. Hey, with the show, hey, my
He's
contact's
got to
open.
pee.
You gotta go to the bathroom?
No, my contact messed up.
There's a mirror right there. So, hey, listen to this, Stevie. Your job as an agent is to provide clarity so they can have so it's kind of like if you're a football coach and you're preparing your team to get ready for a game on Saturday. What are you doing to help the players be in a position to not make mistakes on Saturday, to play at their best?
Right.
That's how the transaction is going to be the best, is if you don't have to do any selling when it's time to sell. You've already done the selling before it.
If you read what Brad, not to interrupt, you read what Brad
You
Elam
can
just said
always
on there.
interrupt on this show.
Well, he said exactly a very, very good point about expectations in
He
front
said
end.
have a long talk on the front end, and they will be like, "Hey, Brad told me this would happen." But I'll go even a step further. I think every new phase you hit, you go back and remind them, "We're coming up on inspections. This is what we're looking for. We're coming up on appraisal. This is what we're looking for."
Right.
You know, make sure you're getting your utilities done. I mean, every step of the way, you've got to be communicating and reminding them, because the front end, it seems like a lifetime away
Yeah.
from when things start hitting on the back end.
Very, very true.
Amanda says, thanks, Weatherman. You're the real deal. Great realtor with a wonderful personality. Awesome sense of humor. She appreciates you.
Oh, well, thank you, man.
Oh, is this the Stephen Weathers show, Amanda?
We're working
So,
on
is that
that,
what
man.
we're doing?
We're trying. It's in negotiations. But hey, let's ask Stevie. See, so Stevie, I'll put you on the spot. Congratulations. But you had a very tough transaction. You had a house that a lot of people wanted. You was in probably multiple offer deals, and it was probably just as much emotional for you as it was the buyer on your first deal, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
And
Sure
so
was.
that's what happens with a lot of real estate agents is we kind of get in a boat with them and do that. But as we get better and hone that craft, it's almost like this is very normal. Don't freak out. This is what you got to do to get it. And at the end of the day, you exactly what you had to do. And it's not just, there's a whole lot of entities a lot of people don't realize to get a deal like you got. And there was a lot into that deal. Multiple conversations, multiple things you had to give up. But at the end of the day, your client got the home.
Was
What
very happy.
price point was that, if you don't mind sharing? And what was their bank information?
200,000.
200,000 even, 199, 189,
197.
197.9, and it was multiple offers. Do you know how many offers?
I'm sure I was told
They're not
he
really
had-
allowed to tell us that, so he don't know.
But it was in multiple offers.
Yes, there was multiple offers.
How did you present your offer to the seller, agent, listing agent? So I see a lot of people, even on
Exactly. Did you
multiple
call
offers.
them or-
Did you call them? Did you beg? Did you do whatever you could?
Uh-oh.
We called them.
It's Blair.
Hey Blair,
In the
Blair
house.
Braswell.
Boy,
He's working them multiple potentially right now. So here's what I'm going to tell the agents out there. If an agent were to come in this office, physically hand me a contract and say, "Man, I love you, GTT. I want a picture of this," they're going to have me fighting for them. I mean, do you agree?
absolutely.
So why are you not doing that? You got to stop making this transactional. You've got to make it more emotional. So what I would do, if I'm in a multiple offer, I'm going to go see that agent.
What are you gonna tell them?
I'm going to say real nice things about it.
Hey, our
Great
favorite
guy.
mover just jumped on board.
Danny,
Danny.
Ashley Hopkins, hey big guy.
hey buddy, I haven't seen him working out, but I ain't been in the gym in the afternoons lately.
They just ain't
But
got
no.
enough weights in there for him.
That's right. He's gotten big. But Stevie, what I'm saying is, all the new agents that's watching this, you got to find a way to make your offer stand out. In some ways, sometimes the best way to make your offer stand out is get a relationship with that agent because they're picking who they feel the best about. Agents have a say in who they feel the best about. Now, if I had somebody that was with some internet loan company, I don't know if I'd go through all these steps. But if I felt like my job is to present this offer for my client, I would be over there selling their financing, the offer. I'd be selling me. I would do whatever it took for me to get that offer. So, new
Makes
agents
sense.
out there, go present your offer like old Dan Alcorn. You ever know Dan Alcorn?
He's a veteran.
He's a savvy vet. He will come over here, hand the contract. You're going
Earns
to like it.
money.
That's right. He brings all that over here. It's going to be harder to say no to that guy. Do we have anything else you would like to discuss, anybody? Good stuff, Shane Ray. Thank you, buddy.
Good stuff.
Blair, you're new in here today. Would you like to add anything to Real Estate 101?
Man, I'm gonna have to go back and watch what I missed. I was in there working on
Dude,
that
you need to start
multiple offer.
DVRing this stuff. Learn it.
It's how you know if
People
it's the
just left.
perfect. It's how you know if it's the perfect house.
Today we're talking, okay, you tell us, how do you feel if you were to go back and ask your clients, what made you think you got the perfect house? What would you say?
If I'm asking my clients what
If
makes
you're speaking for them.
I'm speaking for them to.
Let me start all over. Your clients would say, we got the perfect house, and here's how we know we got the perfect house. What do you think their answer would be?
What's making it perfect?
They're
That's
killing.
what he's asking.
Yeah.
Am I not clear?
Hell no, you're not clear.
Damn, how can we-
It's clear as mud.
Whenever you're showing property to these, usually what are they? How do you know that it's the house for them? What are they expressing? Whether it's neighborhood, whether it's house size, whether it's price point, whether it's school districts.
It
There's
was
on
the
and so
swimming
on and so
pool,
on.
the cement pond.
You know,
I'm
so it's
sorry.
kind of a when a client walks in, you look at several houses. Usually there's one that clicks.
Yeah.
And
The
that's
one they
it.
bought. Hey, this is the one,
This is the one.
and here's how we know it. Hey, the camera's
Oh
on.
yeah, that's the question. You big guy back here.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey, the camera's
hey,
on you.
what-
Do
you,
what?
you get back to us
You're
whenever
on
you feel.
film.
Oh, my
He's watching you on
Hey,
YouTube.
wake him up.
bad. I didn't know that the camera was still on me. I am
You
pretty.
got a sneaky ass camera girl right there. Let me tell you.
She's done went.
But no, what we're saying is, there's going to be a reason why they bought the house.
Yeah.
And I'm asking, if you're speaking for your client, what's the number one thing that pops up on why you think they bought the house?
Well, it just felt like home. I mean, when they walked in.
The
house was clean. You know.
I wrote that down. Sometimes you just know. It felt
Yeah.
like home.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you've shown like my folks today that we've burned up about 1,100 miles in 2 weeks. When we walked into this house yesterday,
You knew.
I knew
Hey, I'm not on
within
camera.
30 seconds that they were going to put an offer on this thing. Because of just, well, they had their great-granddaughter with. The great-granddaughter was running around, loving the yard. There was a community pool out there. And the wife was like, this one, I think we could do something with this. The couch might not fit in here, but you know what? I don't know if that couch is that important.
They sell them every day, don't they?
Yes.
And they do. And a lot of times salespeople get tripped up by these moments. By just saying, well, hey, what if you got a smaller couch? What if that wasn't a real objection? What if you could solve that problem? But what I'm saying is, people search on these internet sites with logic.
Yeah.
Then they get out and they buy the house on emotion. That's why people always say buyers are liars. A lot of times they had the intention of buying this house, but once they got out there and felt something different, they bought something that was completely different. Sometimes I've seen people say, hey, I ain't going above 250.
Yeah.
Then I see
I've seen people buy a house to the front door.
then I see on Facebook where they're taking a picture with another agent at 325.
479.
Yeah, so I mean, you just whenever.
So are you in a multiple offer possibly with that house?
Possibly.
So what are you going to do to make your stand?
We've already made a couple of concessions on the original offer.
You called and told the agent how great they was?
Yeah, absolutely. You better believe it.
I like
He
this
bought
guy.
him a plate of ribs.
I did not buy that agent a plate of ribs. Not to say that I wouldn't later.
Adam Baxter.
All right, guys, we're about to shut it down unless any of these people in attendance would like to add anything on here about finding the perfect home.
Amanda McGriff said the building materials are also a huge deal.
Absolutely. So compared to nothing against our big national builders and custom builders, you see a difference. That's very, very true. With a Vantech floor compared to your regular flooring, I know one thing for sure. Two things change: feelings and the weather. And so you may feel one way about this house 1 minute, and then in 5 years you may feel totally different. And
Right.
so we have this persona because our great grandparents or our grandparents lived in the same house all their lives. We're doing the same thing. Well, it's a different world. It's a different generation. Most of them farmed on the land. They had to do things there. So we're about a 5 to 7 year turnaround.
I mean, it could be different. I mean, you want to plan for 5 to 10 years, but anything unfortunately could change to where everything that you were planning for had to change as well.
School district change happens in Rutherford County. We tell everybody, look at the Rutherford County website. What's here today may not be here tomorrow. We're growing at such a fast pace, it shifts. And so let's say Puckett Station moves into another school zone. What would that do to it? Now it shouldn't because it's so close, but those would be something a lot of people would be. If you don't think that's true, look at Madison Square over there where they went from Seaman to Oakland.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, half the houses have for sale signs in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
Brent Mead's Brent Mead. And so those have those effects because people want their kids in certain school districts.
That's right. That's right. And financial situations can change. Marital situations can change, or single situations. You can become married. Everything can change, but we feel safer when we can project our next 5 to 10 years. We feel like, hey, this is my plan. I feel good about my plan with it, man.
I know.
But your plan can change at any time. So you're trying to make your decision on your next 10 years. It's very hard to do that because we live in temporary moments. Our core beliefs may never change, but we live in temporary moments.
And you know what?
Like I said, the feelings change and the weather changes.
That's a good comment. But you know what? Also, something to think about is you're not guaranteed tomorrow. So enjoy that feeling today. Stay in the moment today. Don't try to worry about 5 years down the road. Don't try to worry about where you'll be in 5 years. Enjoy this time. Enjoy this moment with your family and the house and all these things. And so many times we don't do that. Like you said, we're looking at these big plans and we're missing out on today.
That's right. Hey, do what we did not give a shout out for our guy Shane Ray. You need to follow that guy. He's brought his heating and air company here.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get that tune up called Shane
I'll be a
Ray.
big kahuna next
The
week.
Big kahuna. Guys, we're about to wrap this up. We're going to go in here. We're going to see who shared this. So if you're watching this, tomorrow we're going to announce that winner. Or we do it Friday. We'll probably do it tomorrow. So if you're somehow getting to see this stream, please share it. Share the love, friends. Share the love. Thank you for watching. I want everybody to have a great day, a great week, and please watch Straight from the Gut tomorrow with me and Brittany Renee, because we're going to talk about relationships.
I like it.
And I'm not bashful to get out there and talk about my problems. I own up to my problems.
I agree.
I point out your problems.
I agree with that too.
Everybody, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next Wednesday. You know what I think we're going to talk about next Wednesday?
What do we do?
This topic hit me right now. Would you overpay for this house?
Ooh.
Would you overpay for your dream home? Would you, Blair?
Yep. In a minute.
I don't like that, Blair.
Don't give
No,
well,
what do you think?
Hey, whoa. Just a little sneak peek, Weatherman comment. Thank you, Weatherman. Thank you much. Go ahead, Kathleen. Let's shut this thing down. Weatherman about to go to ballet lessons.
We got about
I
6.
got Big Kahuna $5,000.
Hold on, you're still
Oh,
live.
still
Hey,
live.
hey.
That's our sponsor. I'm looking for his hat next week.
That's
It's
what I'm
gonna take
telling
a
you. I
kahuna.
got him one.
You
Hold
need
on,
to
you're
get
still
you-
live on YouTube. Hold on. 1 second.
Everybody, watch what you say, man.
Still live. We love
Yeah,
all our
yeah, yeah.
sponsors.
Thank you, if you do.
Hey, he did a